Hello everyone, so I'm back. We'll talk about crypto again, and it's been around 4 months since I was hacked, and now I'm back again. Okay, so we'll talk about can we make a living just trading crypto, not going to the office, and how much capital do we need? And the answer is yes, because we're going to treat crypto as a business rather than a lottery ticket. It's not an easy um it's not an easy thing to do. It requires a lot of planning, and you need to be wise on how you're going to do it, but it's possible. And the way you're going to calculate that is it depends on how are you living your life. Like in the Philippines, you would generally need 1,000 US to 1,500. That's around 50,000 to 70,000 to have a decent life and not going to work. And if you want a more comfortable life, you would probably need 2,000, which that's 100,000 to 3,000 US. That's 150. Around 150,000 peso. And if you're outside the Philippines, if you're leaving the US, you would probably be needing 3,000 to 5,000 US dollars on to have a decent life, right? So making a living is it depends on where you live and what kind of lifestyle you want to have. And if we're talking about making a living in crypto, we have to define how you live first, because we're gonna use that in calculating how much capital we need. So assuming we're okay with 1,500 or 2,000 maybe, but yeah, we'll get down to that. And this is generally how much you can make in the chain, in the crypto, in trading. So generally I can make 10% out of my investment. So if I multiply that, and that would probably give me the capital, but more advanced trader can make 20% in the chain monthly. And now here's how you calculate your capital. Your capital times how much you're making the chain should be equal to your monthly expense. All right, to cover your living way of living, right? So you should be only taking the percent, the ROI to make a living. That's we're not going to touch the capital. If you're spending less than you're earning, then that's a recipe for success. So your capital would be equal to your monthly expense, which is 1,500 generally in the Philippines, divided by your earning capability to in the blockchain. So that's going to be 1,500 US divided by 0.10. It will give you 15,000 US dollars, or that's around 855,000 Philippine peso. You need to have a capital in the crypto world, and you don't need to work, and then you can live by trading. And for those people in the US, that's probably 3,500 divided by 10%. If you're making 10%, if you're advanced trader, that's you will need less more capital, and that's going to be 35,000 US dollars for your initial capital. Uh, how do you make it happen? So first, that's the capital allocation. So we calculated it already. We need that much money to start, but you can, while you're still working, you can staggeredly increase your capital. And then your next is your strategy. Are you going to stake? Are you going to be yield farming? Are you going to be active trading? Are you going to be scalping? Are you doing a forex aware trading? So it depends. And then you need a tracking system to track your income monthly, just to make sure you're not uh, spending way from, you know, you're not spending the capital, so you're only spending the ROI. That's the basic logic, right? And then, yeah, crypto is, it requires a lot of your mental health. So, you need a lot of emotional control. You need a lot of planning, journaling. You need to do a lot of analysis. And, yeah, it's basically strategy work. And I would require that you have a backup income. Like, you probably teaching something, like, or you're doing content like me, and then yeah, that could be your backup income. And then okay, we need 855,000, Joey. We have a crypto business. And then how about we add a safety multiplier, which is basically your contingency plan. It's a buffer that you add on top of your estimated requirement to cover uncertainty and unexpected event, like very volatile. Crypto is very volatile and commonly used in finance, trading, project management, and budgeting. So basically, what you learn from the office, your contingency budget, and I'm the contingency manager. So that will, uh, you know, you need to make use of that. So that would be your required capital now is your monthly expense times your safety multiplier. That's 1.2, 1.3, or 2%, which is 200%, divided by the monthly yield. So basically, how do we allocate that? So what it does, it protects you from worst case scenario. It absorbs market volatility, over budget overruns, and things like that. And you know, something's going to happen in your life, like changing event in the future, maybe. And then yeah, auto allocate. For low risk, you need 1.1%. That's 10% actually. And then for medium risk, that's 1.2 to 1.5. And for high risk, you need 200% of the budget. But I'm happy with 1.2, so that makes my capital requirement of 1 million. And if I have 1 million, I don't need to go to the office. I will just do the trading. Right? These are the chains that you can use. So you have Coinsph. By the way, I have referral links on below, and you have pdax.ph, you have kraken.com, you have Coinbase, you have BYbit, you have bitget, you have many more chains available, and those links are below. So yes, in conclusion, you can make crypto an alternative to earning money in the office, or rather than going to office, trade crypto instead, and this is what you need to make a business out of it. And before you embark on a journey again, make sure you have the security measures in place. So you have your YubiKey that will prevent the user from logging into your system without pressing that key. You have to have your antivirus both on your phone and yeah, your phone and your PC. And then basically you have to have a very strong understanding of cybersecurity. And I usually post something about that, and there are other videos that you can do. And then disconnect the phone you're using from OTP from the internet. Just use a basic phone that don't have an internet, so your OTP cannot be steal from you. Is that all? Yes. Again, it's possible to make an income just trading crypto. You need one M to make it happen. Yeah, but just probably every time you make salary, oh, I'm gonna make 100,000. Then next month I make 50. I make 25 staggeredly increase, and that capital will actually make money, and the ROI, if you're not spending it while you're working, it will actually build up to 1M. That allows you to have a retirement plan. Okay, that's all for now, and thank you for watching. Well, see you again for Mac or for next updates. Okay, very good.